Hello students. So basically it is lecture number 5 of the forms of business organization. We have completed the partnership, its merits, demerits and features as well, right? So now we will go with types of partner. How many partners are there? Let's see. So basically if you just see, there are 5 types of partners. See students, just understand that the partners can also be divided into several types, and the partnership itself can be divided into several types. So this is where I am bifurcating the types of partner, right? So number 1 is active partner. Who will be called as an active partner? An active partner is one who contributes capital, participates in the management of the firm, shares its profits and losses, and is liable to an unlimited extent to the creditors of the firm. So, okay, an active partner, the name itself is revealing its own meaning. That is, the partner who is active, who will contribute to the capital, who will participate in the management of the firm, who will share its profits and losses, and also will be liable to an unlimited extent. That is, he should be having unlimited liability to the creditors of the firm, as because he is the responsible person, he is the active partner. Okay. Next is sleeping or dormant partner. Partners who do not take part in the day-to-day activities of the business are called as sleeping partners. So they are like sleeping. They are not taking any part, they are not making any contribution towards the activities of the partnership firm. So a sleeping partner, however, contributes capital to the firm. Okay, a sleeping partner, what he will do? He will just contribute the capital to the firm, no issue in that. He will share its profits and losses and should have the unlimited liability. So the sleeping partner will also having an unlimited liability. Though I have told this previously that in the partnership business, all the partners should bear an unlimited liability, right? So now in active partner also this is the case. Sleeping partner also this is the case. Now in secret partner, a secret partner is one whose association with the firm is unknown to the general public. So a secret partner is that person whose association with the firm is unknown. Nobody knows. Okay. So the association with the firm will be unknown with the general public. The general public will never come to know about this fact that there is a partner in the firm. That partner, secret means what? Keeping anything confidential, keeping anything secret. He contributes to the capital of the firm, takes part in the management, fine, shares its profits and losses, and has unlimited liability towards the creditors. Okay. Nominal partner. A nominal partner is one who allows the use of his or her name by a firm but does not contribute to its capital. So a nominal partner is one, okay, he will use the allowance of his or her name with the firm. Okay, the firm can use his or her name, but he will not come to contribute any kinds of capital in the firm. As he or she does not take active part in managing the firm, he will not be taking an active part while management, does not share its profits or losses but is liable. Okay, he also don't need the profit, but he will be liable for anything like other partners. Okay. Now partner by estoppel. Partner by estoppel. A person is considered as a partner by estoppel if through his or her own initiative, conduct or behavior, he or she gives an impression to others that he or she is the partner of the firm. Okay. Through his behavior, he is approaching towards other, that okay, he is giving an impression to others that he is also a partner of the firm. Such partners are held liable for the debts of the firm. So such partners are liable for the debts of the firm. Okay, they do not contribute capital or take part in its management. So one thing is clear, students, each and every partner has unlimited liability. When this word will come that he or she will be liable, see, in case of nominal partner also we got this point, but he is liable. In case of partner by estoppel also we got this point, that are held liable. That means we cannot say that anybody having the limited liability. Thus we can say that they are having unlimited liability, right? So we have studied active partner, sleeping or dormant partner, secret partner, nominal partner, partner by estoppel. Very, very important points. Okay. Now we will see about the demerits. We have completed merits of partnership. Now demerits. Unlimited liability. Partners are liable to repay debts even from their personal resources. That we have already seen, my dear students, that in case of sole proprietorship firm, it is applicable. In case of joint Hindu family business, Karta is responsible, that is Karta is having the unlimited liability. In case of partnership also, we have seen that the partners are also liable to repay the debts even from their personal resources, in case the business assets are not sufficient to meet the debts. Limited resources. There is a restriction on the number of partners, and hence contribution in terms of capital investment is usually not sufficient to support large-scale business operations. So if a person wants to do so, as the number of partners are limited in number, maximum number of partners should be 50. Okay, not more than that. So there is a chance of a limited resources in terms of capital investment as well. So it is very difficult to support the large scale business operations as well. Now, possibility of conflicts. Partnership is run by a group of persons wherein decision making authority is shared. So basically it is being run by a group of persons where we know that the decision making authority is being shared. So differences in opinion on some issues may lead to disputes between partners. Okay, fine. Lack of continuity. Partnership comes to an end with the death, retirement, insolvency or lunacy of any partner. It may result in lack of continuity, but the remaining partners may continue with the new profit sharing ratio. Okay. Now here, see, just a brief analysis of all the partners. Here I have bifurcated into type, capital contribution, management. This box is very much important, student. So please go through this table. Share in profits and losses, liability. Type, active partner, capital contribution, contributes capital. Okay, as you know that. Management, participates in management. Shares, profits and losses. Okay, in liability it has unlimited liability. So if you just see, in case of liability, everyone is having unlimited liability. Sleeping partner also contributes the capital. Management, in management he is sleeping in nature. That means he will not take any part in management processes. So does not participate in management. He also shares profits and losses and having unlimited liability. Secret partners contributes capital, participates in management but secretly. So there is a secret or confidential agreement between the partner with the partnership firm that he will work, but he will work secretly so that anybody cannot know about this fact. Shares profits and losses, having unlimited liability. Nominal partner does not contribute capital. In case of nominal partner, he is not contributing any capital. He also does not participate in management. Generally does not shares profits and losses. Generally also he don't share profits and losses, but having unlimited liability. One point is common for all. Partner by estoppel does not contribute capital, does not participate in management, does not share profit and losses. Never he will share the profits and losses, but having the unlimited liability. So just see what is the difference between nominal and partner by estoppel. Everything is same, but in nominal generally does not share, but it may happen that they are sharing the profits and losses. But in case of partner by estoppel, they will never share the profits and losses. Partner by holding out does not. It is another case, just an introduction, that they will not just know about this, that they will not contribute the capital, they will not participate in management, they will not share profits and losses, but having unlimited liability. More or less same with the partner by estoppel. So up to partner by estoppel, it should be clear to you. Minor as a partner. So now see, minor means less than 18 years of age. Who can be a partner or not? The question is that partnership is based on the legal contract between two persons who agree to share the profits and losses of a business carried on by them. We know that. As such, a minor is incompetent to enter into valid contract with others. He cannot become a partner in any firm. Okay. So a minor cannot become a partner in any firm. Okay. Let me use the highlighter so that you can understand. He cannot become a partner in any firm. However, a minor can be admitted to the benefits of a partnership firm. So it is the important point. He can be admitted to the benefit of the partnership firm with the mutual consent of all the partners. So if he is being admitted for the benefit of any partnership firm, that will be done with the mutual consent, by taking a consent, by taking a particular single decision with a consent of all the partners, with a conversation of all the partners. In such cases, his liability will be limited to the extent of the capital contributed by him. So, limited liability, how much? To the capital contributed by him. So, a minor, only a minor can have limited liability, isn't it? A minor only can have a limited liability. He will not be eligible to take an active part in the management of the firm. Okay, this is an important point. He cannot take the active part in the management of the firm. Thus, a minor can share only the profits. Can share only the profits. Important points, just note it down. And cannot be asked to bear the losses. They cannot be asked to bear the losses. However, he can, if he wishes, inspect the accounts of the firm. Okay, he can inspect the accounts of the firm. So benefits, all are benefits. If a minor joins as a partner, the status of a minor changes when he attains majority. So when he will attain the majority after the age of 18, it will change. In fact, on attaining majority, the minor has to decide whether he would like to become a partner in the firm. He has to give a public notice within the he has to give a public notice to become a partner of the firm. He has to give a public notice within 6 months of attaining majority. So after majority, attaining majority within 6 months, he has to make a public notice. If he fails to do so within the stipulated time, he will be treated as a full-fledged partner and will become liable to the debts of the firm to an unlimited extent. Okay, so if he fails to do so, he will be liable. He will again become liable for all the debts and having unlimited liability. So it will be deemed that he is a partner of the firm in the same way as other active partners are. So students, go through this lecture. This is lecture number 5. In the next lecture, we will go through lecture number 6 of the forms of business organization. Thank you so much.